I'm here. Unfortunately, there is nobody else here. It turns out on the weekdays, they open at 10. I'm not here at 10. I'm here earlier. So this sucks. Well, hey, while we're waiting, we are going to bust out the Aesop's Fables and read the fable of the day. So that if you don't learn anything else from this video, at least you got a moral out of it. Today's fable is The Wolf and the Lamb. A wolf came upon a lamb straying from the flock, and felt some compunction about taking the life of so helpless a creature without some plausible excuse. So he cast about for a grievance and said at last, "Last year, sirrah, you grossly insulted me." "That is impossible, sir," bleated the lamb, "for I wasn't born then." "Well," retorted the wolf, "you feed in my pastures." "That cannot be," replied the lamb, "for I have never yet tasted grass." "You drink from my spring, then," continued the wolf. "Indeed, sir," said the poor lamb, "I have never yet drunk anything but my mother's milk." "Well, anyhow," said the wolf, "I'm not going without my dinner." And he sprang upon the lamb and devoured it without more ado. The moral of the story: any excuse will serve a tyrant. Tyrants do not need excuses. They make them up purely so that they don't feel bad. But they do not need any real reason to be a tyrant. They're just tyrannical. Anyway, let's quit the build up. Let's just get shooting, huh? All right, we got our target. Setting up. Love this place because you get your own little private bay, and it's kind of covered, so it's got that, I don't know, cool feel to it. But let's get this hung up and let's get going. You'll have to excuse my microphone situation. I don't actually have a lavalier mic yet, so I'm using my phone hooked into my hat. We make do with what we got. Anyway, we're gonna do pistols today. What I always preach with pistols is nothing else really matters except for the way your sights are aligned and the way you pull the trigger. You can hold it however you want. You can stand however you want. As long as your sights are aligned correctly and you're squeezing the trigger correctly, you're going to hit what you want to hit, okay? The saying I always go with for the sights is equal height, equal light. I'm not sure who coined that. I didn't come up with it. Somebody did, though. And it's equal height, equal light. All that means is, I'll put a little graph on the screen here. You want equal height across all of the sight posts, the back two and the front one. Want to be the same height. And then equal light is the light coming in on either side of that front sight post is the same on both the left and the right, okay? The bullet is going to impact right on the very, very top of that front sight post, assuming you have equal height and equal light. Let me show you what I mean. Here's my FN 509. I took off the red dot, so it's just iron sights, okay? So I'm just going to assume my shooting stance, line up my iron sights, equal height, equal light, slow, steady squeeze. Same thing, equal height, equal light, slow, steady squeeze. 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 Another thing you can do is if you have a buddy that has a red dot on their pistol, or you have a red dot on your pistol, something you can do is not really worry so much on the iron sights part of it. If you just want to focus solely on getting that trigger pull nice and consistent, nice and easy, red dots make that super easy to do, because you don't really need to focus on having that equal height, equal light. All you really got to do is put the red dot where you want it and slow and steady squeeze. That's a really good way to see just how much that reticle is moving, because you can't really see that too much with iron sights. So using a red dot really helps you get a nice look at how much your hand is moving when you go to shoot a gun. So we're going to try now with the red dot. This is my Glock 19. And we're just going to see how much tighter of a group we can get and really just focus on getting that trigger pull nice, slow, and easy. So slow, steady squeeze. Slow, steady squeeze. Slow, steady squeeze. Something I'm doing here, you might notice I'm letting the recoil take me up, and then I'm going back down. I'm not trying to fight the recoil too much. A lot of people, when they first get into shooting pistols, they'll try to fight the recoil, and that drives their muzzle down. They'll anticipate. That's where you hear that word a lot, is anticipation. So when they're about to break the shot, their mind, their body subconsciously wants to brace for that recoil. And in that moment where you brace for the recoil, you're shoving that muzzle down, which is why a lot of your shots might be impacting really low. If that's you, just do your best not to anticipate. Squeeze that trigger so slow that you have no idea when it's going to break. It should surprise you at first. That way, there's no way you can anticipate and drive those rounds lower. Let's try that again. So, bring it up. Slow, steady squeeze. That was 15 rounds. Let's go see how I did. "15 rounds with the red dot. Obviously, you can see I have a lot more practice with the red dot than I do with irons, but it's all about that slow, steady squeeze. If you can get that trigger nice and consistent, nice and even every single time, you should have absolutely no problem putting those rounds exactly where you want them to be. Man, you know, I'm still not sure if I want to do firearm content. This is really just a test run. If y'all didn't catch my video yesterday, I pretty much just said that I was thinking of expanding into the gun tuber industry a little bit. And I didn't mean that I'm leaving music behind completely. It's just a lot of y'all don't know this part of my life, and this is a very big part of my life. Guns, shooting, tactical things. Because if you didn't know, I was in the Marine Corps. And more recently, I did serve. I wouldn't even call it service necessarily, but I did work as an armed security contractor. I was working on a federal contract, Homeland Security contract. So I like to think I, have a pretty decent amount of experience in the tactical world, if you want to call it that. I don't know. I've gotten a lot of training. I'll say that. I've sat through a lot of different training, exercises and classes and stuff. So I have a lot of stuff that I'm willing to share. And I like sharing. I like instructing and making people better and just making somebody's day a little better. Even if you don't learn anything, hopefully you think the video's a little amusing at times, or entertaining at least. Getting to see me shoot guns, that's something. So yeah. And also, if you haven't texted a friend yet today, it's a really tough time for a lot of people. So maybe reach out to a friend today, My camera's all dark as shit. There we go. Maybe reach out to a friend today. You never know who's like on their last little leg. Because a lot of people right now feel like they're alone, They feel like they're alone and they feel like nobody gives a shit. And maybe all it takes is one phone call from a friend to change that. So find somebody you haven't talked to in a while, give them a text, shoot them a text, give them a call. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought. Probably do a rifle video next time if y'all enjoyed the pistol stuff. So Yeah. Take it easy, guys.